Hello once again, everyone. Thanks for tuning in to another edition of AIW's The Card is Going to Change. And, well, we don't know who our sponsors are anymore. Typically, I'd tell you about a pizza sponsor, but we're in transition.
It's a transitional period.
So I don't have any pizza to tell you about, even though that other place is still very delicious.
Yeah, it's great, but our guy, our point of contact there, he wait. We might have a new pizza sponsor. Just go through your shtick. I got an email reader.
Okay. Well, hey, we'll thank the other people who have been helping to bring this podcast to you for free on whichever platform you listen for many years now. And I think we're at a record here of like 4 weeks in a row, which is a record over the last year plus, thanks to the pandemic. But thanks to Thrift Store Jobber, who's always been great in helping us out. All sorts of really cool, rare finds in terms of merchandise. So check out Thrift Store Jobber on social media. He's got a big cartel store as well. Thanks to Pollyanna DIY, even though he's not doing anything anymore, but thanks to him anyway. Sean Jaundice at Voodoo Monkey Tattoo, if you want to get inked up. He's always been a great supporter and sponsor. And, of course, to Smart Mark Video and IWTV, the merger of the two. Watching AIW has never been easier. You can purchase DVDs or MP4s at smartmarkvideo.com. And, of course, sign up to independentwrestling.tv using the code ABSOLUTE and watch a rotating archive of AIW shows along with other great independent wrestling promotions. And, of course, that's the only place that you can watch AIW's Go for Broke on Tuesday nights at 10 p.m. And of course, on demand, as now the first 3 episodes currently are. And you got an update there, John Thorne?
keep going. Waiting.
Okay. Don't forget about Smart Mark Video. If you did watch last week's episode of AIW's Go for Broke, our beautiful tribute to ECW's Extreme Warfare Volume 2 ad, and you got the JLit 2019 ad, the night filthy Tom Lawler danced atop the AIW arena. That DVD is for sale. You get the whole weekend. That's one of those, you hear us talk about bundles and groupings of DVDs. That's one that you do get. So if you buy the JLit weekend, you get the whole JLit weekend. Night 1, Night 2, plus the Chandler Biggins Memorial Tag Team Tournament that took place Saturday during the day. So that's a good one to watch. A lot of wrestling there. And, Tom Lawler, since I mentioned him, I should say, shout out to him. He had a big week for NJPW. And Tom Lawler has a big week this week. We told you last week as the coming weeks showing up. First, I'll just introduce him as we wait for this, but AIW owner John Thorne is here reading his emails. My name is Steve Guy, your moderator of sorts. But Filthy Tom Lawler, we told you last week, will not appear.
I'm waiting for a little bit of clarification. I'm hoping to get a quick reply.
Okay. This is a mystery lineup as we come into show week. This is legitimately our first hard sell Monday in a very long time. But there's not a whole lot to sell to you in terms of ticketing. We did open up minimal standing room only. Some of that still does exist. The best way to do it is get on the mailing list, but also links have been put out. If you follow AIW at AI Wrestling on social media, you can find them there. But again, Filthy Tom Lawler will not appear this weekend. We can guarantee that for you. He is hopefully going to be well on his way to winning $1 million fighting inside of a cage. So that should be very exciting.
And I was looking, it looks like that the PFL broadcast starts at 5:30 p.m.
Ooh.
If I read that correct. So you may be able to see both AIW and Filthy Tom Lawler in the cage.
Well, there you go. What day is that? Friday?
Thursday.
Okay. Oh, that's pretty cool. So that'd be great to be able to watch both. And then since we're talking about AIW roster members fighting, shout out to Swoggle, who gave it his all, gave it his best. Well, I guess if you ask him, based on the look he gave, he was not giving his. He did not have the opportunity to give his all as the referee stopped his fight.
I watched
Rowdy.
I watched it. We'll get into it, but I think this may be a little premature, but I do believe we have a new pizza sponsor for this week. I believe we will be now sponsored by the Grayton Road Tavern. And I'm looking at their website right now. They have, I'm looking for the address. The Grayton Road Tavern, 4760 Grayton Road, Cleveland, Ohio. I believe they will be supplying us with food for Thursday and Friday. And they also have the big... they went. I think they became national news like last year for their Queen of Hearts drawing.
It's been a couple years now, actually.
They are back at that. They have their next drawing is this Wednesday, April 28th, and it looks like the jackpot is $1,518,948, and you can, I believe, sign up. I don't know how you do it, but all the rules are listed at GraytonRoadTavern.com/queen-of-hearts.
There you go. Grayton Road Tavern. Hey, I'd love to win that jackpot. Now, we are not excluded from possibly winning that jackpot if we are in business with Grayton Road Tavern, are we?
No, and they're also in association with another bar, Legend Sports Bar and Grill. Not exactly 100% sure which bar is giving us the food. I'm just plugging them both just to be safe. Legends Bar and Grill for everybody in the Parma area is the old Fox and Hound, located at 8735 Day Drive, Parma, Ohio. So somebody literally reached out right when we were getting ready to record. I had been posting that we were in search of a new pizza sponsor. Angelo's was great to us for many, many years. And, when I reached out to our regular guy, Brandon, who was he was the manager there, the point of contact, he had set the whole thing up. He first, like a month ago, I showed him that we relaunched our website, and Angelo's had a nice section on our website, and he didn't reply. So I was like, oh, okay, maybe he just doesn't give a shit about the website, the new website. And then, like, I don't know, a week and a half ago, I texted him and I said, hey, are we still good for pizza on the 28th and 29th? And he just wrote back, I don't work there anymore. And I was just like, oh, okay. He's like, yeah, I had to get out of there. And we left it at that. So, I mean, right. I wouldn't even know who to reach out to at Angelo's. I don't even know if Angelo himself was aware of the deal that we had going on. I don't know. It was a pretty good deal. And so I was like, fuck, like there's 8,000 things to worry about on show day. We haven't had to worry about like concessions forever, because we had the deal with Angelo's, and then, Monsoon takes care of all the other little things. We don't have to worry about getting, drinks or anything anymore. Shout out to Rick Nelson, who used to provide us with all those free monsters. Remember those days back in the day?
Oh, those were delicious.
The Rick
Big
Nelson monster days.
I'm drinking these. I got these mini Coca-Cola cans right now. I feel like Andre the Giant. Look at this.
Oh yeah, I've had those. That's like the kind of Coca-Cola you'd find at like your grandma's house.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Okay. So I just got a little bit more from Grayton Road Tavern.
Okay.
Grayton Road Tavern is in association with Legends Bar and Grill. They do the Queen of Hearts drawing every Wednesday. Tickets are only $1, and the big jackpot is the next drawing. Somebody could win this Wednesday. So,
wow.
If you're listening, you're local. go up there, tell them you heard about the Queen of Hearts drawing on the AIW The Card is Going to Change podcast. But anyway, so
I'm recording in local, so hey, I'm gonna go up there, and there's a chance that I'm either not ring announcing Friday or Thursday and Friday, or I'm being nice, and we'll have yet more surprise guests on Thursday and Friday.
Oh, I'm gonna need every bit of that. We'll get into that here in a second. But yeah. So anyway, I've been posting, trying to see if there's anybody like a fan or somebody who has like a connection to a pizza place, because I just don't have time to like, there's not even phone books anymore, but like I was gonna say, open up the phone book and start calling pizza places and say, hey, do you want to sponsor us? Like I just I don't have time with working full time and then everything else that's been going on trying to get the show going. So maybe it sounds lazy, I don't know, but I resulted in just posting on social media. And last night I posted the picture of Swoggle with the pizza guy from Barstool Sports. And I said, we're looking for a pizza sponsor. And we got a comment. I was like, how many do you need? And we started messaging back and forth and exchanging some emails. And it sounds like the Great and Road Tavern is going to come through, which is, which actually works out because that's like the undercover Duke and I's spot that we were going there every Thursday for a while. And then that fell apart. That was, sometime mid pandemic, we would go there. But Great and Road's a sick spot. I've taken a few WWE Hall of Famers in there, just because it's like such like a low key kind of place to go. Awesome patio, pretty big inside as well. So a Great and Road, it sounds like they are going to bail us out. So we will have food at the concessions, as well as Smokin' Jay's Barbecue is also going to be donating some concessions for this Thursday and Friday as well to kind of help us out, which is awesome because, people don't realize, like, and we're going to get into it in this podcast, like only doing like 100 tickets. We released like those 20 GAs, which aren't really selling that well. But we, it's real hard for us to even, hit the break even point. So, every little bit is definitely helping. Shout out to Paul Greer. Forgot to say that. Paul Greer re-upped on his studio lease. So he's back. He's back in the game. I got a nice message from Paul Greer who said, hey, hopefully, this could cover some flights or something for the shows coming up. So, shout out to him. Every little bit helps. And, like, I hate to be like that, but being down for such a long time, it is definitely a crazy reality check once we start kind of getting back into this, into the swing of things with, all the limitations and, everything else that's going on. But a shout out to Great and Road Tavern /Legends in Parma. I believe they must be, brother sister locations or something like that, probably under the same management group. But they're coming through for us this week, as is Smokin' Jay's Barbecue. So there's going to be all sorts of food selections for, the 100 or so in attendance this Thursday and Friday. Hopefully you buy it up so we can make a little bit of cash this week.
Oh, yeah. Love that Smokin' Jay's Barbecue. Hopefully he brings his mac and cheese. That was pretty delicious. Great. Good food. That was the next one that I was going to mention there. But so we have all sorts of stuff going on, and in terms of food and concessions, we always try to make the whole day or whole evening at AIW an experience. And there you go. We have it yet again. So we now have pizza. You got barbecue, plus Monsoon's concessions. He got a full bar at the Odeon. I mean, what more could you really ask for?
I think Monsoon said he had a special order fruit snacks off the internet because he wasn't happy with the selection that he came across at the store. So he's back to taking his job seriously. It's strange, but exciting times.
I know that a couple people really enjoyed, if you pay attention to the Go for Broke credits, you will see catering provided by Monsoon Classic. And why not mention him? But
okay, another email coming through from Grayton Road. Just shout out to Phil for hooking us up. Phil at the Grayton Road Tavern. This is crazy. This is how it's done, ladies and gentlemen. We're literally trying to work this deal as we are recording this podcast. But if you're ever out at the Grayton Road Tavern, tell Phil AIW sent you, or Legends in Parma for that matter, because they're definitely bailing us out, and when we were really in a bind, bailing you guys out too, because if we didn't come up with anything, there was just going to be about fucking 15 hot and readies next to Monsoon Classic. That was going to be the solution. But Great Road does have really good food. From when Duke and I were going there on Thursdays, and there, Derek would join us occasionally, and maybe a WWE Hall of Famer before the pandemic in February. May have went in there and had a nice evening, I will say. Man, it's crazy. I'm feeling the stress. I'm feeling the pressure. Hopefully I'll be there, because there's been some complications with my surgery. I have to go back. Probably while you're listening to this, I will be back at Metro Hospital. Hopefully not being admitted, because there's something wrong going on with the surgery I had about a week and a half ago. So I'm going to get that checked out Monday morning, which would be probably right now when you're listening to this. So yeah, I mean, a lot of moving parts going on in the AIW world this week.
I can update you on one thing in terms of what's going on this week. We talked a little bit about it with parking, the situation. As you come down, because the NFL draft is taking place in Cleveland this weekend simultaneously as Hello Cleveland on Thursday night and our show on Friday
is this
night. Is this something you might be interested in? And I almost said one of our old show names for no reason at all. I don't know why, but at any rate, you will not be able to park on the streets. And that's typically the case down there. You can't park after 9 or 10 o'clock when we have shows on a Friday. But you will not be able to park on the streets at all. And I know that we were wondering about parking lots, and will they be open? The answer is yes. You'll still have parking lots that you can park in, the same usual ones that you typically do. Now, what those prices will be, I have no idea. I imagine that it's going to be similar to what they are for Browns games. So it's going to be a little bit pricier. There are other ways to get to downtown. I mean, carpool with people. That's an easy way to make parking cheaper. Go to a transit station, one of the RTA spots. RTA drops you off right in the flats. You can hop and connect and be right there by the Odeon.
Yeah, the Rapid goes right down there. I don't know what the Uber and Lyft situation is going to be. Anyone that's been following that story can see that one of them is offering $800 just to be a driver, because they've had so many people stop driving. So hopefully there's more Uber drivers and Lyft drivers on the roads, especially with the draft going on. Listen, we're just being honest. We don't even know where the fuck we're going to park. So,
yeah,
just be prepared. I don't know. That's a whole other wrinkle on this whole thing too, is, all the wrestlers coming into town, they're going to have to park somewhere too, so we're all kind of in the same boat, with what's going on. But, hopefully it all works out. We did look into, I know that you had said something about maybe the Flatiron, Steve, or something like that. And, from what I understand, they're closing early, midnight. So
yeah, that's what time they usually close. Yeah.
Yeah, and I think they're maybe closing earlier. So, I don't know. There's probably going to be a lot of lots on the West Bank for those that don't mind the walk, or
Yep.
there's. I know that there's sometimes a water taxi, but I think that stops running at dusk. So, I mean, you guys are going to have to get creative. That's and who knows? Maybe this whole draft thing is not going to be that big of a deal. Fucking who knows? Nobody knows.
So the reason that you can't park on the streets, I talked to somebody today about this, is just so that they have the streets clear in terms of any traffic that does come down or anything's going on. But the only area that's going to be closed is basically between like West 3rd and I think East 9th, but towards the Rock Hall and Brown Stadium, First Energy Stadium there. So the flats and things, they will have things going on in the flats. I did find out. There's going to be like a simulcast viewing watch party stage that will be happening in the flats. So that's, again, why I anticipate maybe that might be a little bit more expensive to park there. That being said, if you're into football and sports, that's kind of a cool, exciting thing. They're not just during the draft, but throughout all the days, they're going to have, I guess, DJs and bands and all sorts of entertainment. So that's cool too. You can kind of make a weekend of it. This is a very unique opportunity and experience to not just catch us at AIW, but all sorts of things will be going on in the general area, and you can kind of walk around and check out. And hey, if you got some extra cash because you were able to work during this pandemic, but also got your stimulus, there's a cool fan experience that happens when the draft isn't going on. I don't know why I'm pitching all this to people, whatever. But I know we have some people coming in from out of town, I guess is what I'm saying. So there'll be some more things for you to do than what there typically is in Cleveland. So that's Cleveland's going to be the place to be this weekend is what I'm saying, John Thorne, including AIW.
Yeah, we'll see. Man, I don't know. I don't know what's wrong with me. I don't know why I am the way that I am, but we'll get into that.
Swoggle.
I caught you off talking about Swoggle. I caught you off talking about Swoggle. I watched the Rough and Rowdy. He did his best. Like he didn't go out there and phone it in. He hired a coach. He went out there and it's just he's not a boxer.
Right.
It did get stopped probably a little too early, but...
but in fairness, like that referee is probably he's officiated a few boxing fights, I would imagine.
For anybody
he wasn't really throwing his hands up.
For everybody that was watching the event, though, if anyone out there was, the refs were kind of stopping things prematurely all night anyway. So, I mean, it was kind of, it's kind of expected, but yeah, I mean, he did it, and then he went straight to a fucking booking the next day, like nothing, like it was not just another day, it's just another booking for Swoggle, Rough and Rowdy.
You know what? Maybe it's because the referee stopped it when he did.
Right. So yeah, I did talk to him a little bit about it, and I definitely stole his picture to try to solicit a pizza sponsorship, which apparently has worked. So. Shout out to Phil again at the Creighton Road Tavern / Legend Bar and Grill. But let's get into it. I guess let's get into what's going on this week. It's changed about 8,000 times. I'll tell you that much.
Yeah, at this time last week we're recording, and you still didn't have things. I mean, you had an idea of some people you wanted to be there, but you didn't have things finalized. Do you have things finalized at least, or are you still working on some things as we are here a week of Hard Sell Monday?
I think it is finalized, but that is as of Friday or Saturday. I don't know, Friday or Saturday. I can't really remember at this point. I just know that, at midnight, I just said, this isn't enough. And I was just like, because I'm trying to make both nights different.
Yeah.
I'm looking at Friday, and I'm like, man, Friday looks pretty good. Thursday looks pretty good. I don't know. Maybe Thursday could look a little bit better. Maybe we should load Thursday up a little bit more. Looking at those GA tickets, this is the vindictiveness in me as a promoter. Is, Friday, obviously, the GA tickets we released, they sold, because that's the traditional AIW day. Mm-hmm. So those sold very well. Thursday, sold a couple, not too many. So like the vindictiveness in me is like, man, maybe I should really fucking put something crazy on Thursday night. You know what I mean? And then people will maybe think twice about skipping. Which is so stupid. Like, it's like, in retrospect, it's like, now that I've come back to the earth, it's a stupid mentality because we're not advertising anything. And
right.
You know what I mean? Like, what I have booked now isn't gonna sell any more tickets because it's not, it's a surprise.
Well, but here's what it does do, because this has kind of always been
it's about moments, baby. It's about creating moments.
And it's creating, you've always tried to make AIW about, okay, if you didn't get tickets, you try to create this moment where somebody then sees it after the fact, and it's just like, oh, son of a bitch, I should have been there for that. And so long term, this is where your vindictiveness is like, you should have been here. Sorry, you should have been here. And, the hope is now the next show, people buy tickets because they're like, oh, I don't want to miss whatever I don't even know about.
It's really about, it's not only that, it's really about making AIW a live experience, over, anything else. I think, when you boil down everything, yes, the streaming helps, the DVDs help. But I look at that as like extra income, like you can't rely on the streaming and the DVDs and the video, your bread and butter has to be your live gate and your live attendance, because, that is where you're going to get, that's where you're going to get the most amount of income coming in. And, you need that income to offset the talent fees. All the other stuff is great, extra, kind of throw it in the pot stuff. But I just can't rely on that to get by and like wait to, hopefully get something on the back end. So, that's really what it's all about, is kind of making AIW a live experience. And listen, maybe people won't give a fuck about any of the surprises. I don't know. They're definitely very catered to me and my interests. But yeah, I don't know. I think I am, a wrestling fan, so I do think people will appreciate them. And if not, we tried. Sometimes you hit a home run, sometimes you strike out. But I don't know. I've tried to make it so both nights are unique in their own ways, and I think they are. It's like, if some people are doing both nights, very few, I will say though, are doing both nights. Once you boil down the amount of talents that are booked Thursday and Friday, the people doing both nights is I don't know, it's a handful. Some people but some of like the heavier artillery, so to speak, mm-hmm. is on one night or the other. Like if you see someone considered like a surprise on Thursday, I would not expect them to be there on Friday. That's what I'll say. And I would go into Friday expecting to see completely different people. And some of your core people are obviously going to be on both nights. But if you watch at home and you go, oh shit, like I got tickets for Friday and I'm going to see this person, you're not going to see that person. That's what I'll say.
Let's get to the heart of the matter here, John Thorne. Which night cost more money to put together?
I mean, it's if you combine the ticket sales from both nights, I'll say this: if you combine the ticket sales from both nights, we've spent more. We've spent more money than we could possibly bring in, like, which is stupid. And that's why we're so, like trying to get this pizza and this Smokin' Jay's barbecue, and I got new merch coming and all this other stuff. It started off like it was pretty modest, and it quickly got
pretty
out
light.
of hand.
Yeah,
it quickly got out of hand, and I look at it and I start moving those puzzle pieces up and down, and I go, I don't know, and then it's like, okay, let's call in a couple favors and see what could happen, and we've quickly gone way over budget. Like, I would say if that was a contributing factor, and like let's throw a couple more GAs out there, and I would say even if we sell all the GAs for both nights, we're still like over budget when you come to. Oh, my cat just knocked something over.
She's hearing this over budget talk, and Mr. Whiskers is wondering how she's going to eat for the next month over there.
Yeah, so when you factor in the flights and the hotels and all that stuff, it is what it is. But again, we haven't done it in Cleveland. I'm not just gonna. And I think that we could put anything out there Thursday and Friday, and people would be more than satisfied with it.
Sure.
But that's just not how I think.
It's a nice
not how I think.
reward.
Like, I think it has to be more than that. It has to be a memorable thing. So that's the plan. Pedro was like, oh man, he starts putting it together, and
hey pal, you don't get that title CFO and then not have a couple things that make you want to pull. Well, not that there's much hair of him pulling out, but you know what I mean. You're gonna get some stress with that title, Pedro.
He says, hey, this is the number, and I can look at my cat is just knocking shit over like crazy. You can look at Eventbrite and it gives you a breakdown,
Yeah,
like this is how much you got from this, and this is how much you got from this, and you add both of those numbers up and it doesn't equal the number that Pedro sent, so there was maybe a little dipping into the personal savings for this week, but it is what it is. Like it's just it's exciting. I've said forever. I'm not in this to pay myself or make any money, like get rich off of. I just want it to be a self-sustaining thing. But it's been a year. I'm trying to go somewhat big. And like I said, some people may be like, these fucking surprises suck. This is stupid. But, you gotta give it a shot. And, I also think, and, I've heard differing opinions on this, but I also think this adds to the live stream experience as well. It makes it a lot more exciting to watch live. It is like a live sports game. You don't know what's going to happen. Like,
yeah.
And, I understand, though, that also promoting matches sells streams, sells people on watching. But I think that this is, like, just going to create so much more energy and excitement. I hope, that, we do a really big number on Thursday and Friday. And, hopefully, if Thursday, rides momentum into Friday, as far as the streaming is concerned, because, I know I said that's just throw it in the pot money, but throwing in the pot money helps a whole lot too. It's just like not the end all be all money is what I'm trying to say.
Right. Yeah. I think honestly that for any one individual that watches this, they will find at least one surprise guest that they are really excited about. I think a lot of people are
there's multiple on both nights.
Yeah, I think a lot of people are going to be excited to see all of the surprises or multiple surprises, but at the very least, I think that you can safely watch this and there will be at least one surprise that you are really excited about. But I would, if you were a betting man, like, I don't know, like say the Duke and Bryan Carson, I would bet the over on that one surprise. So I think people will enjoy it. Streaming, again, you talk about streaming, and I'll just throw this out there right now. And that's part of what Go for Broke is to help those streaming numbers. And we are 3 episodes in now, 4th one this week as you go lead into this. Again, what happens on Go for Broke will have no bearing on what happens Thursday and Friday, as well as vice versa. The two
it's like it's like a multiverse. It's just two. It's some of the same players just operating different spaces under the AIW banner.
Yeah, but you streaming Go for Broke or telling your friends about it, anybody streaming that regularly, it helps us. So like John said, those little numbers, anything to get those numbers up helps us be able to do this. And I think what we've created here, John, there's no real storylines per se going into this. How do you have that being off as long as we were? And to me, I feel like this is just a celebration. Does that make sense?
Yeah. So it's there really are no stories currently going on. We pretty much try to put a button on almost everything in Indiana. This is more of a let's just go out there and have fun. The 100 people that bought tickets are what I would guess to be the hardcore of the most hardcore AIW fans. So all the players, you know who's who and what's what. This isn't going to be a big story-driven 2-day thing. It's going to be a party of all the people that you've wanted to see for the last year in Cleveland at the Odeon. Mixed in with some pretty decent surprises that would probably, work well with your favorites, so to speak. You're, like I said, all the players and everything that's going on. This event is for you. It's for Cleveland. It's for the AIW hardcore fan base. Now, I think that that will translate well on IWTV streaming. Mm-hmm. But the live experience for our, 100 a night, 100 or like in a handful a night on Thursday and Friday are pretty much our hardcore fans. And this is, an event for them to finally, after a year, be able to, experience this again. And it really, there's not going to be like, something happens on Thursday and it's going to play out on Friday. They're just going to be 2 standalone shows of, reintroducing everybody to the crowd and just doing what we do. You know what I mean? Like, I don't want to say it's going to be like a tribute show or something like that, but it's really just designed for the Cleveland fan base to, have a great 2 nights.
How many do you know whereabouts how many matches people might expect each night?
So there may be like a dark match or so both nights. but I would think, off the top of my head, I don't have it in front of me, but I think each night is going to have 8 matches on the main card. On the main card,
cool.
Which is, most AIW shows have 9 or 10. Splitting things over 2 days, though. I think. Now, don't quote me on this, but I think it is set for 8 Thursday and 8 Friday on the main card.
All right. Any chance any celebrities are swinging by that you know of, hanging out during the draft? Any NFL players?
I don't know yet.
I'm just trying to sweeten the deal for everybody here. I don't know.
I don't know. We'll see. We'll see where Jacksonville's picking at, and then we'll go from there. There's some calls out into the universe. I'll say that.
Well, we know where they're currently picking on Thursday, so I mean, I'll say that Thursday's a big night for.
Yeah, I know.
Franchise.
I mean, where the team officials will be located? Are they going to
where they will be picking from?
Yes, like where, like the actual location they will be making the decision at, whether it be in Jacksonville or Cleveland. I'm waiting to hear back, and then we'll see. But I wouldn't count on that. I wouldn't even count on that being a thing that happens. But it was a thing that has been asked. So,
there you go. And for those who know, I mean, there's not a whole lot that I can really ask you or we can talk about because everything is shrouded in mystery, a surprise. The exciting thing is you will have pizza, folks, from Great and Road Tavern. You'll have Smokin' Jay's Barbecue. You'll have the regular Monsoon classics.
We went through the storage unit earlier today, and we found like a ton of autographed posters, specifically from Indiana, like some posters of the match cards, like Lee versus Trey versus Shelley, big posters autographed by all 3. Karate Man versus Tom Lawler, autographed posters. Justice versus Bishop, No Ropes Barbed Wire, autographed by all 4. Wes, Bishop, Fonzie, Justice, some Mordecai Danhausen posters autographed only by Mordecai. PME, To Infinity and Beyond, 2 out of 3 Falls posters autographed by all 4 guys. Maybe that might be it. I can't remember, but we found a bunch of that stuff. We found some shirts left over from Indiana, the Bishop versus Justice event shirt. We'll have some of those available. The merchandise that was made for Toy Hio, the black hoodies with the like pink magenta-ish ECW inspired logo and the ECW banner type t-shirts. We have a bunch of that stuff left over that will be for sale. And, that's why I encourage people to come Thursday because, we're not going to like hold merch, on Thursday for anybody. Right. It's going to be first come, first serve. The wing inspired trucker hats we'll have. The black on black snapbacks will be in stock on Thursday, and I got new tank tops for the event. The Cavs inspired logo on a royal blue tank top with 45 as the number because it is our comeback.
If you've listened to this or you follow John or obviously at AI Wrestling on social media, you will know that John Thorne has been heavily influenced by The Last Dance.
It's great.
Chicago Bulls.
One of the greatest things of the pandemic was The Last Dance.
So there is a lot of that. There's not much more to say. We gave our shout outs to Swoggle and to Tom Lawler, who had big weeks, and hopefully another big week for Tom Lawler. Shout out to Danhausen, who's had a big
He's
like
so famous
PR
now.
social media week.
I know. I was really pissed when I found those posters and Danhausen didn't sign them. Only Mordecai signed them. Like, fuck. This fucking guy knew. This guy knew not to sign these things.
An appearance on Conan's podcast, Conan O'Brien, and then he's got The Rock quote tweeting him and everything. That's great. Good for Danhausen.
Yeah,
Always,
he's a good
always
guy.
nice guy. Yeah,
Good guy.
good
I'm trying to
guy
think.
deserves that success.
I'm trying to think what else. Yeah, I mean the merch. Merch is for like the more of that we can get rid of, the better. Listen, we have a lot of ground to make up. How Thursday and Friday goes definitely is going to impact how anything in the future goes.
Yeah.
So let's remember, okay, like even if you're vaccinated, like wear your mask. Don't be a fucking dickhead. Remain social distance. All this, all the stuff that you've had to do for the last year. Like just do it Thursday and Friday. Like I would like to just think everybody's an adult and can just do what needs to be done, and we can all, just go home. Like I hate wearing a fucking mask too, but I'm gonna wear a mask. I don't hate it for any fucking other reason other than I just like to breathe. That's it. But I wear it when I have to wear it because that's what you're supposed to fucking do. Like just do it. Just wear it. It's not that big of a deal.
Yeah, those are the rules right now in terms of the city and county of where we will be having the show. So please abide by them so that we can continue to do this. So everybody who's missed AIW for over a year in Cleveland, sorry. I mean, do it. If you missed us that much, you will adhere to all of this stuff. Kudos if you've gotten vaccinated. But also that's not going to be a reason.
I'm fully charged. As of Friday. Got my second shot.
I will be soon. But it's great, but you're still going to have to wear your mask. That's not going to be a reason, because them's the rules, folks. We need you to abide by them. Please take care of that. The other side of this, John, is we have some people who love AIW, who have come to live shows, who don't subscribe to IWTV, but have maybe purchased us on Fight TV and things in the past. Subscribe to IWTV. That's, for nothing more than these two shows, because here's the deal. It's $9.99 a month. And as we get back to streaming, if we stay on this, if you like independent wrestling, why wouldn't you? Because you're going to get a lot of live streams for $9.99, plus other episodic things like AIW's Go for Broke on Tuesdays. And, in the past, if we would have ran both of these shows on Fight TV, I mean, this package probably would have been $25, $30. Okay, $30. So you're going to get two shows from AIW for $9.99. So even if you're someone who says, I don't really care about other wrestling promotions, I really only like AIW, so I only ever buy their streams, fine. Go to independentwrestling.tv or download IWTV on your mobile device or iPad, whatever you want, and sign up. Use the code ABSOLUTE so they know we're the reason that you're there.
Yeah, because we do, even though they've kind of suspended the free trial program for right now, if you use our promo code, we still get a little bit of a kickback on that.
Yeah, so use that promo code. Pay $10 a month, $10. I mean, when we would stream single shows on Fight TV, they were $15 maybe.
It was like $12.99, $14.99, something like that.
Okay, so you're still saving money even on that. I know it's not a big deal, but every dollar helps. And then when we do something like this, bam, at some point in time in the future, we're gonna get back to doing the yearly tournament. And don't forget, that's usually 3 shows over the course of 2 days. That would have been a very expensive streaming package. No idea if we're going to do it on Fight or IWTV. But if we do it on IWTV, $10 for the month.
Yeah, you never, this is all kind of so new getting back into what we're going to do. But I would anticipate we're going to try to do a lot more, if not all, of our streams on IWTV. And hope that the volume on IWTV kind of outweighs the larger chunk of money that maybe we would get for less viewership on Fight, if that makes sense. We're kind of trying to weigh it out and see. But the only way that this service is going to grow and these promotions are going to grow is with viewership on services like IWTV. I know I said it's not money to rely on, it's money to throw in the pot, but everybody needs money thrown in their pot, respectively. Every independent promotion, for the most part, needs that. And, every little bit helps. So if you can, sign up, use promo code Absolute, it's going to help us. And, throughout the pandemic, they kind of changed their payout system, and they added some incentives if you hit certain tiers and kind of goals in your viewership numbers every month. In which I can say, I'm thankful. The AIW fans have been doing very good watching our content on IWTV, and we're typically floating right around that first tier. But I want to get to the second and third tier. We haven't got that yet. But the more of you that sign up and use our promo code and watch our show, there's like 175 things on there, I think, or something, AIW related. And we're adding new episodes of Go for Broke every single Tuesday at 10 p.m. So, that's more content coming out. What would it be? Let me look here. So, Go for Broke debuted on the 8th, correct?
Yes.
So it would be 1, 2, 3, 4, 6 AIW events essentially just in the month of April for $9.99. That's pretty crazy, Yeah. Like, take advantage. We're not producing Go for Broke for our health, and thank you to everybody that has donated to the performers and done all that stuff. I know Steve can use a couple more bucks. He's not his Venmo hasn't been getting blown up, but it's everyone is very, very thankful, of how the fans are, coming, and supporting this concept and supporting the wrestlers and the talents directly. Man, I heard Tom Dunn got a shit ton of money. I mean, I couldn't even believe that. Tom Dunn, you guys are donating to fucking Tom Dunn. That's fucking amazing. I thought that, maybe they would just focus on the wrestlers. And then, I got a text from Tom Dunn. He's like, holy shit, I got a bunch of donations. I was like, what? Really? So yeah, I mean, everyone is very happy with how Go for Broke is going. And, we don't know what we're gonna do, if we're ever gonna do it again, or this might just be, kind of lightning in a bottle sort of thing. And we did it to prove that we can do it. And who knows? We don't know how things are gonna evolve in AIW. We're doing 2 shows this week, but we have no other live events on the books right now. We don't know what's going to happen with regulations nationally, locally, statewide. Like, we know as much as everybody else knows. You fucking look on Twitter or, your Facebook for, the latest news and COVID restrictions. So we know just about as much as everybody else. We're taking it really slow. I don't know if, people understand that we've been trying to do this safe and smart way throughout this whole pandemic. We got killed for even trying 2 shows out of state where the restrictions were followed. And it caused us to kind of sit it out for a year. We've been really trying to do this thing right, and I don't know if people understand how difficult it really has been for AIW to kind of stay afloat throughout all this stuff. But, I just hope things go good to this Thursday and Friday. And, hopefully from there we can get with, whether it be the Odeon or some other venues, and start kind of, fleshing out a schedule, so to speak, to kind of get back to some normalcy. But we're still kind of in that one day at a time mode.
Yeah, that we are. And but this week, instead of one day, you can watch AIW on 3 different days. Tuesday night, AIW's Go for Broke, 10 p.m., IWTV. Thursday night, IWTV as well, 7:30 bell time?
7:30.
7:30 bell time, this Thursday, April 29th. And hello, Cleveland. Then Friday, April 30th, also 7:30 bell time, IWTV. Is this something you might be interested in? It's all three days this week.
That's pretty crazy. Yeah, we're just we're gonna see how it goes. That's all I can say. I'm trying to pull out as many stops as I can Thursday and Friday, and I'm hoping to ride that wave to the end of the year. But who knows? Who knows what's gonna happen? I don't know. I do know that. I think that I've put together 2 pretty good lineups for Thursday and Friday.
Yeah, I'm ready. We are all ready. And, we hope to see all of you, or at the very least, you all to see us if you're watching at IWTV. And it'll be exciting to finally be back home in Cleveland, in the Odeon, the AIW Arena. John Thorne, final thoughts?
Get that live tweeting going. We don't really. The thing that's crazy is we don't have somebody that sits on social media throughout the show because we're running the show. You know what I mean? We need the fans to kind of push that for us and use those hashtags and get things. Just help us get that reach on social media. Because I just feel like it's one of those areas that we kind of lack in is the engagement as far as the hashtag and the live tweeting and all that stuff, kind of the interaction, but it's because we're running a show when it's a live show. So I'm just hopeful that I just hope that we find some fans, and Whiskers is hopeful for it too.
Yeah.
I'm just hopeful that we find some new fans and we get back to that momentum that seemed unstoppable at the end of 2019.
Well, there you go, folks. Help us get the momentum back. Let's start it with Tuesday. First of 3 evenings that you can watch AIW.
We do have to kind of shout everybody out that the viewership numbers did go up from last week to this week, which was a pleasant surprise. Let's continue getting those numbers going up too, because that helps our standing within IWTV, and just if these numbers are doing good, they'll probably be inclined to maybe broadcast whatever our next crazy idea is. As long as we have a fan base to support it. So I would like to see those numbers hopefully increase even more this Tuesday at 10 p.m. if possible.
And don't forget social media on there. You already know that hashtag. We'll get you the other ones probably at some point during the course of the broadcast, or you'll be able to see it on the screen for sure as we are streaming. But John will try to put them out on social media ahead of time so and you could tweet along. But Tuesdays, for sure, hashtag AIWGFB. And if we don't see you and talk to you this weekend, for AIW owner John Thorne, my name is Steve Guy. We will talk to you next week right here on AIW's The Card is Going to Change.
Thanks. It's been a while since we did a big and shout out with the thanks.